welcome you to Knoxville, Tennessee, and one of the more anticipated intersectional collegiate basketball games of the year. Kansas comes to town to take on the Volunteers of Tennessee. We're going to have a sellout crowd on hand. They very much anticipate this visit by Kansas. Vern Lundquist along with Clark Kellogg. And Tennessee Clark will play shorthanded today. One player dismissed, 3 others suspended.
Extremely shorthanded when you consider what these players brought to the table. Depth, experience, and point production. In the absence of these 4, Smith, Tatum, Goins, and Williams, Scotty Hobson, the team's leading scorer now, has to raise his level a little bit higher. And he's capable, Vern. He's a very versatile scorer. He shoots the 3 well, and he can get it going off the dribble.
Kansas comes in undefeated, ranked number 1 in the country. They feature 2 All-Americans. We'll talk a lot about Cole Aldridge throughout the game. Let's focus right now on Sherron Collins.
An absolute dynamo. He gives it to you with his physical strength and speed, but he also, in Bill Self's words, is the best leader he's ever coached. Doing a nice job running the show and coming up big when they need him most.
And now, Clark, let's focus on the AT&T in-game analysis.
Well, you mentioned Cole Aldridge. The Kansas Jayhawks have an advantage up front with him. And the Morris twins, they got to exercise and exploit that. For Tennessee, they've got to make shots early and often. And for both teams, the hustle meter, block shots, turnovers, steals, we'll keep an eye on those for you.
Undefeated Kansas, twice defeated Tennessee. Tip is next.
Well-informed people are considering Chevy Malibu.
You a cop?
No.
You didn't hear from me, but this Malibu, it's a best buy.
I heard that from Consumer's Digest.
It offers better highway mileage than a comparable Camry or Accord.
Estimated 33 highway. I saw that on the EPA site.
So how come the Malibu costs so little?
It's a Chevy.
You have cop hair.
The award-winning Chevy Malibu. Compare it to anyone, and may the best car win.
Introducing the new great-tasting EAS Myoplex Nutrition Shake with 25 grams of protein, reformulated to help more athletes refuel, build lean muscle, and give their more.
You remember me? You gave me that 5-layer burrito for
89 cents.
Yes!
It's an inside deal for everyone. Layers of seasoned beef, cheddar cheese, and a hidden layer of nacho cheese sauce. It's Taco Bell's new beefy 5-layer burrito for just 89 cents. Why pay more?
Rogaine? I'm just a skeptic, so I don't necessarily believe that anything's gonna work. But I was like, hey, this actually works.
Only Rogaine foam is shown to regrow hair in 85% of guys.
I'll check it out, and I'm like, nice.
Rogaine foam. Stop losing, start gaining.
So I told him I want it delivered free, I want it delivered the next day, I want it hooked up free, and I want you to take away the old one free, or there's no deal. Oh, yeah. They made the deal.
Nice work, Dad.
At Lowe's, we offer free local next-day delivery on all major appliances. No rebates, no surprises. So get the best price around with our everyday low price guarantee. Lowe's, let's build something together.
CBS Sports College basketball coverage sponsored by Chevy and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. AT&T, a better 3G experience. And by Bud Light, with just the right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability. Bill Self in the middle in his 7th year as head coach of the Jayhawks, national champions. Starting lineups for Kansas. Sherron Collins, Tyshawn Taylor, Javier Henry, along with Marcus Morris and Cole Aldridge. And for the Volunteers of Tennessee, Bobby Mays, Scotty Hobson, J.P. Prince, along with Ronaldo Woolridge and Wayne Chisholm. And in his 5th season as the head coach of Tennessee, Bruce Pearl. Undefeated Kansas twice defeated Tennessee. Officiating crew, Rick Hartzell, Mark Whitehead, J.B. Caldwell. And it's taken by Xavier Henry. And he puts it immediately in the hands of Sherron Collins. Collins off a career high of 33 points in the narrow win over Cornell midweek. Henry with the first shot of the game. Rebound right to Taylor off the glass and out. Now Bobby Mays, number 3. There's a screen set by Chisholm. Had a big night the other night in the win over Charlotte, and he opens the scoring with a long jumper for 3.
Vern, that's one of the things that Bruce Pearl told us in practice yesterday he wanted to do and needed to do. Move Aldridge around with the three-point shooting ability of Wayne Chisholm. He's not going to be comfortable going out there behind the three-point line to try to defend Chisholm. And here comes little big man, Sherron Collins, spraying that 3 from deep.
Sherron Collins matches the score. Now here's Mays, gets it back, guarded by Collins. There's the screen set by Chisholm again. Jumper for 2, no. Aldridge, who averages a double-double, gets his first rebound of the game.
Aldridge had 6 block shots in the meeting a year ago against Tennessee. Again, Bruce Pearl wants to try to involve him in pick and rolls with Wayne Chisholm and also have Chisholm be able to look at that three-point shot.
Clean block, Chisholm.
Well, Chisholm had a handful of blocks in that game a year ago as well.
He had 6, yes he did.
Nice job here, bodying, timing the shot attempt, and getting a clean block on the ball. One of the keys to keep an eye on is Wayne Chisholm being able to defend effectively without getting into foul trouble. Bruce Pearl really doesn't have a backup center.
Collins misses on that one, but the long rebound, and now Taylor has it. At game 2, here's Aldridge and Collins. They've only played once. That was last year in Allen Fieldhouse, and Kansas won that 92-85. Nice touch pass. Touch last, however, by Collins, as J.P. Prince got in the passing lane.
And Bruce Pearl talked about that yesterday in practice as well. They're going to mix up their defense and they'll play zone, but he told his team, I need deflections. And they got one there that led to a turnover.
Chisholm, and again, just not to be redundant, but this is an important part of this story. Tyler Smith dismissed from the team earlier this week. He and 3 other teammates involved in some legal difficulties involving guns in a car, and Smith was dismissed. The other 3 are on indefinite suspensions.
And Bruce Pearl told us yesterday he felt like at some point in time the other 3 would return, but Tyler Smith's career is over here at Tennessee, and it's an unfortunate turn of events for a young man who has had no history of ever being in trouble.
That one out of bounds on Tennessee. Smith was a first-team All-SEC performer. So made great contributions to this basketball team over the course of his career, senior. Xavier Henry, one of the outstanding freshmen in the country. There's a nice bump from Prince. Oh, beautiful no-look pass. Morris tracks it down, cans it. One of the twins, this is Marcus. At the other end, Prince taken down hard. Hit first of all by Morris, and then from behind by Aldridge.
Good opportunity in transition by Tennessee. And just a tough foul coming from behind. Nothing flagrant there. It'll be 2 shots for J.P. Prince, but that time Tennessee caught Kansas in a bit of a home run trot after the made field goal. And Prince was able to get to the rim, and now will have a chance to even things up at the line. It's important that Tennessee not only make shots for him, but they create easy scoring opportunities by pushing the ball ahead, by spacing the floor, by utilizing Chisholm's versatility in shooting the ball, because Kansas is very good in the half court defensively.
Now Prince will get one more after he missed the first.
You see his numbers have improved.
Yeah.
Quite a bit over the last 6 ball games.
Well, he's been a part-time starter this year. He started 7 games. This is his 8th. You know, just a little bit in that stroke reminds me of his cousin.
Tayshaun
Prince, right.
Well, they're both southpaws, so
So that certainly gives it a similar look when you talk about their strokes.
JP started his career at Arizona, then transferred, sat out a year. Now in the corner, this is Tyshawn Taylor. Little left-handed pass, knocked away and retrieved by Taylor. Takes it strong to the basket. The follow by Aldridge not there. 2-on-2. Bobby Mays coast to coast and blows the layup. At the other end, Collins waits for Aldridge, then goes into the lane and finds the basket.
Boy, he is so tough, Vern. Really relishes the opportunity to compete in these kinds of games in this kind of environment.
Beautiful pass. Wayne Chisholm finds his teammate Scotty Hopson underneath.
Good start here for the Vols, Vern.
Yep.
Very solid start. They got a 3 from Chisholm and then good execution for a layup on that possession.
Great contrast in the last 2 games for the Jayhawks. They went on the road a week ago and destroyed a very good Temple team in Philadelphia, and then struggled at home against a very good Cornell team last Wednesday night. That one up for grabs as Cornell led by 1 with 45 seconds to go.
Pretty good defense that time by Tennessee, forcing Sherron Collins into a challenge shot late in the shot clock.
Prince. Oh, wouldn't fall. And a cheap foul by Prince on the rebound from Cole Aldridge. First time out.
Hey, everybody.
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
I brought potato salad.
There for you and life's daily miracles.
Who's the best? This guy is.
There for you and your guilty pleasures.
Shook up. I'm all shook up.
Junior candy sundae with M&M's, huh?
Yeah, man, I got mine with Oreos. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, last week I brought a date here.
Oh, nice.
This is how cool she is. Everything she orders is off the Everyday Value menu.
Ooh, that's good.
So I'm like,
convenient.
Well, you're a cheap date. And she was like, excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. I think she's hard of hearing. So I'm like, you're a cheap date!
The Everyday Value menu at Sonic. Value knows no time of day, so drive in anytime for small tots or grab a delicious chicken strip sandwich. Sonic's Everyday Value menu. Served all day, every day, starting at just $1 each.
Okay, how does the world's biggest pop star burst into flames?
Miami-Dade PD.
She was already dead.
New CSM Miami, CBS Monday.
A spirited start here in Knoxville. I'm going to circle Scotty Hopson. He's going to pass the ball back out here to Mays, get a little screen, and then slip to the basket here. Kansas very soft defensively, but good execution by Tennessee. He doesn't even really have to set the screen as Tyshawn Tyshawn Taylor is kind of lost there, but excellent execution. One of the things Bruce Pearl talked about yesterday is we've got to execute. We've got to run our stuff. We've got to make sure that we execute and get high-quality shots. And an example of that right there. Kansas has missed a few shots here early that they normally make. Well, good job that time to push it against pressure. And that's Xavier Henry. Another offensive rebound for Kansas, and that makes it 5 of the 9 rebounds Kansas has on the offensive glass.
Foul is on Kenny Hall, who just came in off the bench. Hall with a big game in the win over Charlotte. He's one of those who is getting increased minutes. Now, Henry, who is one of the outstanding freshmen in college basketball.
Well, talking to Bill Self this morning, he said the thing that really is mildly surprised him is the efficiency with which Xavier plays. He's got a tremendous body, excellent stroke, a really nice feel for the game, so he hasn't really forced it. And as a result, he's leading this team in scoring. And part of him being able to do that is attributed to the leadership of Sherron Collins, who has no problem getting everybody else involved, running the show. But when it's time to make big shots or plays, he's always ready to do that. Nice pass there from Collins.
Yeah, beautiful. You saw Collins penetrate and kick it out.
That's what we call the 3D move. Drive, draw, and then drop that dime.
And so a 12-6 Kansas lead now. Kenny Hall, Skyler McBee is also on the floor now, a walk-on. Here's the long jumper, that's very short. And Collins goes down around the ankles, grabs hold of it, gets the ball, and Kansas with its offense now. And during the timeout, Markieff Morris, one of the twins, came on the floor for Kansas. This is an offensive foul called on Markieff Morris. The sophomores from Philadelphia who so enjoyed that trip home last weekend, and then when you win by 30-some against Temple, it kind of underlines the enjoyment.
Yeah, without question. Adds to the celebration. And they were excellent in that game from start to finish. Really, at both ends of the floor, Vern played a strong game on the road.
Kenny Hall misses the shot, gets the ball back, misses another. Markieff Morris gets the rebound. Henry to Tyshawn Taylor. A little bit of a mismatch, and Chisholm shoves it. That's one of Bruce Pearl's really big concerns today. Foul trouble for Chisholm.
Without question. You take a look at the balance of this Jayhawks team, and when you look at these guys all averaging double digits, Bill Self is very comfortable and confident with what his team can do offensively. Would like to see them become a little more tenacious on the backboards, but they do share the basketball extremely well.
Aldridge, another substitution for Bruce Pearl's team, another walk-on, who's a transfer from Southern Illinois, Josh Bone. Number 24 is on the floor. Morris in the lane. Fights hard. Aldridge with another rebound. Outside, Tyrell Reed is on. Brady Morningstar, beg your pardon. This is Morningstar. That's a bonus.
Loose ball scramble leads to an open shot because Kansas makes the extra pass.
And Kansas beginning to creep away now, 14-6.
Well, Tennessee, the last couple of possessions, Vern, has had some shot opportunities in the paint that they've not converted. They've got to put the ball in the basket when they get good looks. You've got to take your time, go in there strong, and finish plays in the paint.
Prince back at the free throw line. Now Thomas Robinson, another of the freshmen for Kansas, is on, wearing number 0.
And this young man has a lot of bounce for the ounce, Robinson. I mean, he can fly.
Prince. And it's a 6-point margin. Kansas 14-8. And on the floor now we've got Collins, Tyshawn Taylor, Brady Morningstar, Markieff Morris, and Thomas Robinson. Little weave. Here's Morningstar. Sherron Collins into the lane. Dish in the corner. Morningstar for 2 more. No. Whistle, foul underneath against Tennessee.
J.P. Prince. He shoved just ever so slightly, partner.
to gain an advantage for that long rebound. There is always a lot of hand fighting that goes on in the paint area when you're looking to get to rebounds. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you can't. Obviously, the folks here not happy with the call.
Prince, they do such a good job. And that one was deflected out of bounds off Kansas. Guarding that inbound play.
Yeah, they've really mastered that. That's a trademark of Bruce Pearl's teams defensively.
That is the 14th time this year that they've had a turnover on the out-of-bounds play. They just excel at it.
Yeah, they really practice it, and they do it because they work on it, but they also understand what tracing the ball with your hands means. And he usually puts a pretty tall, rangy guy on the inbound.
In and out for the walk-on. Wrestling match, Morningstar for Kansas. Kicks it back outside for Robinson. Now here's a steadier course with Sherron Collins.
Nice spacing here for Kansas. This kid can shoot it. That was Tyrell Reed. He's an excellent three-point shooter.
Yeah, he's had one basket in each of the last two games, and both times it was for three. Off the glass and good for Tennessee. Prince. 4-point game. This is a sellout crowd of 21,000 plus. Entry pass. Nice job of an under. How about the offensive rebound and the putback from Markieff Morris?
The Jayhawks have an advantage inside with Aldridge and both Morris twins, and it doesn't have to happen or be shown on the first shot. It's on those second shot attempts. 6 offensive rebounds already for Kansas.
Josh Bone transfers Southern Illinois University, where he started 1 year, but he is a walk-on here. How about the dish underneath by Prince? Tries to find Kenny Hall. Foul is called, and time is as well.
AT&T's 3G network covers over 230 million Americans. It's a lot of people. To prove my point, I asked Gary here to friend request all of them. How's it coming, Gary?
We got one.
That's good.
Oh.
Ah, wow. Becoming a popular guy.
Want 3G coverage? We've got it. 230 million people in 9,400 cities.
Get out of here. Okay.
AT&T. Get an exclusive Pantech messaging phone free after mail-in rebate, only from AT&T.
Oh, and this one is tied up. Time out, Boston.
Man, I wish this game would never end. Hey, send it into overtime. Yeah, no problem.
The pass up to Hampton for the win. Oh, he loses control. This one is going into overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here.
Oh, my.
I look back, good or bad, it's all an adventure no matter what you do. So the joy is getting there.
Well, on the days that we helped someone move from the shelter to permanent housing, those are the best days.
I reached inside the window, and it started right up. It made us feel like if that truck could keep going, then we could all keep going.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
This is my truck.
Chevy Silverado, America's best truck.
Only tools guaranteed for life could inspire a tool storage system built to last a lifetime. 48 precisely machined ball bearings, the strength of 180 welds, and the Craftsman VersaTrack wall storage system for endless possibilities, built to grow as you do. More innovation, more great values. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
What does Barney love even more than women?
Nothing suits me like a suit.
Catch a special new episode that'll suit you to a T. How I Met Your Mother, Monday.
Here we are, second week in January, only 3 undefeated. Kentucky struggled against Georgia yesterday. Texas defeated Colorado, and Kansas playing today, trying to equal the mark set by Bobby Knight and the 76 Indiana Hoosiers, the last team to complete a perfect season. They were 32-0. May have had a better team the year before.
Yeah, that's right. That's what Coach Knight will tell you. He was really excited about that team the year prior, but there you see the undefeated teams, undefeated national champions, and UCLA with 4 of them under Coach John Wooden, North Carolina, and San Francisco. That was Casey Jones and Bill Russell.
That's right.
Stalwarts on that squad. I read about that. I read about it. Okay,
I watched it.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
I better say that before you do.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, no.
I wasn't going to say anything. I don't know if we'll see a team do that again, though, Vern. In the words of the championship SEC head football coach and national champion coach, Nick Saban, there is too much clutter for a team to go undefeated now, I think.
Yeah. This is Ronaldo Woolridge getting his start. His minutes have gone up from 8 to 25 now as he started his first game against Charlotte. Scotty Hopson, that's off the mark. And did they get Skylar McBee with a little nudge in the back?
I think
believe
you're right,
so.
Joe.
Yep.
Right there, Vern. Yep. Scotty Hopson is yet to scratch, and he's the Tennessee Vols' leading scorer. And in order for Tennessee to have a chance to pull the upset, he's got to find his offensive rhythm. But there you saw an example of good, tough Kansas half-court defense.
And that's Marcus Morris, who's the other of the Twins. He's the starter. Back on the floor, Woolridge. Josh Bone is also on the floor, along with Hobson, Chisholm, and Skylar McBee. Got Chisholm in the block now. Gets the pass. Nice guarding by Aldridge. Here's McBee. Dishes outside. 4 on the shot clock. Screen from Aldridge. They got to hurry. That's not the shot you worked for.
Nope.
And another rebound for Aldridge.
I thought Chisholm passed up a pretty good look at the three-point shot in the corner. This is where Tennessee has to try to take advantage. If they can force a miss and get the defensive board, they've got to try to push the pace and get something early in transition.
Woolridge, he didn't call it. He gets no H for that one.
But he gets 3 for it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Off the glass and in. Here's Aldridge, a pass on the 3. Hasn't taken one this year.
Hasn't taken one in his career.
There you go. Henry, yes!
He's made a bunch of them.
Yeah.
What a stroke.
Xavier Henry hitting 47% from beyond the arc this year. Well, this is the undefeated top-ranked team, and statistically, they're pretty good. Look at all the top 10, well, top 5.
Well, this one right here jumps out. That field goal percentage defense, they've always ranked amongst the league, the nation's leaders in that area. The assist, indicative of how willing this team is to share the basketball. They space the floor, and they have inside-outside balance, Vern. Aldridge, although he's not been aggressive enough in the eyes of Bill Self looking to score, he is a force when he catches it in the paint because he can score, and he's a willing passer.
Well, take a look at this. 88 consecutive games.
Amazing.
Holding teams under 50%. 88.
Yeah, that's really strong.
And this year, only 2 teams, Radford and Cornell, have shot more than 40%.
And Cornell's the only team to shoot better than Kansas did in the game. They shot 43, and Kansas won that game, but only shot 37% from the floor against the Big Red.
Back outside, good denial defense. 9 minutes to go. First half, Stephen Pearl, Bruce Pearl's son, is on the floor. He's a walk-on as well. And here's the penetration and the rejection by Henry. Into the hands of Woolridge. Woolridge, Bobby Mays, Chisholm, McBee, and Stephen Pearl. Kick outside. Whoa!
That's Ronaldo. He can splash it from out there. Now that one would get a letter on you.
Yeah,
that one would.
I would, yeah.
Because that one was wet.
For the counter, in and out. Knocked out of bounds by Aldridge. Tennessee ball, 3-point difference. Bruce Pearl, his son Stephen was a member of the United States team in the Maccabiah games in Israel. Bruce Pearl, the head coach. They won that this summer in overtime against a very strong Israeli team. Bruce Pearl said one of the highlights of his life to coach that team. Another one. Whoa! Give him an O. All we need is an RSE.
Well, he's made 3 of them. H-O-R.
There you go. We'll consider the S and the E when we come back to Knoxville.
Oh, and this one is tied up. Time out, Boston.
Man, I wish this game would never end. Hey, send it into overtime. Yeah, no problem.
Boston's going to get one last chance. It's the pass up to Hampton for the win. Oh, he loses control. This one is going into overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here.
Next Saturday, CBS Sports Big Time Hoops. On Saturday, the Illini take on Caleb Lucas and the Spartans of Michigan State. Then on Sunday, we'll be in Ann Arbor as Jim Calhoun's UConn Huskies get after Manny Harris and the Michigan Wolverines, home of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. CBS Sports. Did you take note of Michigan's win at Penn State the other day?
Oh, I sure did. Actually looking forward to watching that game because Michigan was down big and made a monumental comeback in the last 13 minutes of that game. I think they outscored Penn State 38-16 or something like that.
Yeah, very close. Foul on Tennessee. They got Chisholm. That's his second.
For bags. Why would they do that?
We don't got to play that.
Why would they do that?
We don't got to play that.
Free.
At Southwest Airlines, bags fly free.
Bring it.
Southwest Airlines, bags fly free.
Bring it.
Southwest Airlines, bags fly free.
Bring it.
Bags fly free.
I lost 54 pounds by reducing my daily calories and replacing my usual fast food with Taco Bell's drive-thru diet. Now, these results aren't typical, but for me, they're fantastic.
Want to get started? Download a coupon for a free Fresco taco at drivethruddiet.com.
It's good to be rewarded for your purchases. Happily, membership rewards points from American Express can be used for over 1 million things you want and experiences you'll never forget. And because points don't expire, you can keep them to use whenever you like. Can your card say that?
What makes a Hershey's bar with almonds pure? Pure happiness. Pure delight. Pure delicious chocolate with almonds. Pure Hershey's.
Look, I don't want to work forever.
Then we need to figure this out now. Our nest egg took a real hit.
What's that website your friend mentioned?
RetirementRedZone.com?
That's it, from Prudential.
Yeah, she talked to her financial advisor about what she learned there. Said it really helped her get back on track.
Oh, I like that.
Help get your plan back on track. Watch our educational video at RetirementRedZone.com, the site for the critical years before and after retirement.
Maybe I can retire after all.
Now you're talking.
Click RetirementRedZone.com, then talk to your financial professional.
Tied at 19. 3-point field goals. Tennessee 4 of 7. But a big rebounding edge for Kansas.
Well, one of the ways you negate that is by knocking down the three-point shot burn. -8 in rebounds, but +1 in three-point field goals made. And Wayne Chisholm got it going from the three-point line, and then Ronaldo Woolridge, after he banked in the first one, made 4 back-to-back. And they called his dad Big O, Orlando Woolridge, but Young O.
with a little 9-0 run of his own.
And you knew the father.
Oh, very well,
right?
yeah. Banged heads against him in the NBA. Actually, when I was being recruited by Notre Dame, who was coached by Digger Phelps back in the late 70s. Orlando Woolridge and some of the other players took me on my recruiting visit at Notre Dame. So, little shout out to you, Big O.
Is that why you went to Ohio State?
Well, they put the full court press on me in the Buckeye State.
I understand that. Now they're fronting Cole Aldridge. Aldridge yet to score in the game. He does have 7 rebounds. Here's Henry and Collins. Aldridge calling for the ball. Kenny Hall in front of him. They do put Chisholm on the bench with 2 fouls. There's Aldridge first basket. Yep.
That's a big-time board there. He's got excellent hands and really a tremendous wingspan. I think he only stands about 6'9 and a half, 6'10, Brian, but that wingspan makes him about 7'1".
Loose ball, and Mays can't control it. Tyshawn Taylor. Oh! Offensive foul. Again, Wayne Chisholm is on the bench with 2 fouls. CBSSports.com is your destination for complete college basketball coverage. Get the latest polls and predictions, plus commentary from college hoops expert Gary Parrish. It's all at CBSSports.com.
Well, Vern, you just mentioned there's Wayne Chisholm there. He's on the sideline. He has the 2 personal fouls. It was a concern of Bruce Pearl's coming into the game. Could he be effective without getting into foul trouble? I think you have to sit him here. And you need to get those free throws to go down if you're going to try to tread water while your senior leader and inside presence player, Wayne Chisholm, has to sit now.
That was Stephen Pearl, coach's son, who missed the free throw. And I think we should mention that the national anthem today, sung by Bruce's daughter, Jackie, it's the 24th time she's a beautiful singer. It's the 24th time she's sang the national anthem. They're 18-5 in previous games.
She probably should be singing it more.
Remember the old, I would have her sing every game. When Tony Dorsett rushes for 100 yards, the Cowboys are 34-1. That's a stat about it. The same kind of a deal. Oh, really?
It's amazing what's on the hard drive.
These late afternoon games are not good for the soul.
Well, let's see if Tennessee can hang around now. They had that little surge from Ronaldo Woolridge. They're without Chisholm. Who can step up and score the ball for him?
There's one.
Scotty Hobson.
Yep. You've been waiting for that,
yes,
right?
We have been. And in the absence of Chisholm, I really think he has to take it upon himself to do just what he did there, be aggressively looking to score the ball.
Morning Star back after Sharon Collins. Again, Kenny Hall battling Aldridge. Here's Morris, kick out, beautiful. And Morning Star can't get it. Hobson does for the Volunteers, and a chance for their second lead of the ball game. Thomas Robinson back on the floor. And Aldridge is going to get a rest. A 10-2 Tennessee run. They had a 3-0 lead on Chisholm's opening basket. Fell behind by as many as 8. Now they're back in front by 2.
Scratching and clawing. The Jayhawks have been getting decent shots, Vern, but much like what happened against Cornell, did not convert on good quality shot attempts.
Collins. No. Hobson gets on the trampoline for a big rebound. Gets the screen, little pick and roll. Hall, no. Boy, there's an energy now about Tennessee.
And Bill Self said that's what we would see here today. Tremendous energy, not just from the fans, but from these players who have been galvanized with the suspensions and the dismissal of 4 guys. The dismissal of Tyler Smith and the suspensions of Cameron Tatum, Melvin Goins, and Brian Williams. Other guys have been given an opportunity. This is one of them, Kenny Hall, to play more extended minutes. And right now they're giving this crowd plenty to cheer about.
Just thinking about our conversation with Bruce Pearl yesterday. You know, he's trying to, it's been a very difficult week for him and the athletic department here in Tennessee. They had an incident with the football team that was unfortunate. I'm using a euphemism here. But it's been a tough week for all of them. And he was trying to take a real quick look as they missed 2 free throws and a foul on Kansas. He said this is going to be great for our team next year to get all of these kids this kind of playing.
Yeah, well, you have to look at it. Obviously, it's a disheartening situation and disappointing and painful and whatever other adjectives you want to use to describe it. The situation with Tyler Smith being forced to dismiss him from the team because of the severity of the charges that are pending in that investigation with him. The other 3 players, Bruce Pearl told us he expects them back at some point in time as the investigation unfolds. But it does create the opportunity for some different players now to rise up and meet the challenge. And they've got an outstanding recruiting class coming in. Considered one of the top 5 recruiting classes in the country. So right now, they've got the Jayhawks on the ropes, on the road.
Bobby Mays cans 2, and the lead is 4. Warning Star. Penetrate, dish in the corner, no. Pearl and Bobby Mays battle for the rebound. Mays gets it.
Boy, Tennessee doing a nice job giving Kansas only 1 shot here the last few minutes.
Thompson after the crossover and gets a little bump from Hall. Timeout, Kansas.
Have you guys seen this new Avatar trailer? This is amazing. Let me take this.
Wait, there's no such thing as a projector phone.
No, it's the LG phone and projector.
Well, there's no such thing as an LG phone and projector.
Ta-da.
What?
The man said ta-da.
Introducing the LG Expo smartphone and LG projector, only at AT&T.
Now, we referenced the missing balls. Tyler Smith dismissed from the team. Tatum, Goins, and Williams. It's an incident that happened 11:30 New Year's Day. They were found in a rental car, pulled over for a speeding violation. Tatum was driving, and the most serious charges, and they're all misdemeanors so far, were 2 guns found in the car.
That belonged apparently to Tyler Smith, and that's part of the reason he ended up being dismissed from the squad. It's an unfortunate and very costly and embarrassing and painful lapse of judgment on the part of Tyler Smith, who has the reputation of being a pretty consistently solid kid. And I just pray and hope that this is simply a major bump on the road in his life, that he can go through the challenges and difficulty of having to give up his senior year and lose that and learn and grow from it. And this, at some point in time down the road, be something that can be inspirational to other people as he gets his life in order and recovers from it.
Skip pass. Tyjon Taylor. Tyrell Reed's in the corner. Here's Collins. Shot clock at 8. Kansas has missed its last 7. Mays called for a foul on the 3-point basket.
Boy, he was in excellent position, Vern, but he took a swipe that led to the bump upside of Collins' head. Let's take a look. Good defense here by Tennessee. He's not in bad position from behind, and there he gets him. A glancing blow to the head, and that's a tough foul because he was fighting the shot clock there.
Oh, boy.
And was really taking a tough shot.
Well, among areas in which he excels, put down the free throw line for Sherron Collins. He's an 84% free throw shooter.
Well, Kansas has been a little flustered here. They've settled for a couple of quick shots. They have not reestablished the inside presence they showed in the first 6 or 7 minutes, even though they didn't convert a lot of those shots. When the ball going inside created some offensive rebounding chances that they converted. Now they've settled during this Tennessee run for perimeter shots that haven't gone, and Tennessee has shut down the offensive rebounding lanes that were available earlier. So Kansas now going to have to show an awful lot more patience at the offensive end and really try to get back to getting that ball inside.
Here's a pass into Kenny Hall. Jumper, got it. Boy, they have high hopes for this young man.
with good reason. He's long, he's athletic, he's a hard worker, and he has a nice shooting touch, and he's doing a good job in there battling Cole Aldridge by using his quickness.
Collins, front rim, tip. Scotty Hobson on the tip. Here comes Tennessee.
Brian, that's an example of a quick perimeter shot by Sherron Collins.
How about that battle for the loose ball? Held ball, possession arrow, Volunteers. 3 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the first half. Fueled by a 14-2 run. Volunteers were up by 5.
Up early in the morning, thought my day would be whack. I turn on the TV and hear breakfast is back. So I change up my venue. What can I get into? McDonald's got a new $1 menu at breakfast. Skipping breakfast is not my MO. When I could eat a sausage burrito, biscuit McMuffin to get down with a coffee, a hash brown. Now our rhymes on the double, cause nobody does breakfast like McDonald's.
Make your morning sing with the new $1 menu at breakfast.
At Quicken Loans, we're changing the way Americans get a home loan for the better. We really listen to you, and that helps us recommend a home loan option that's perfect for your needs.
We'll close your loan at your own house if you want. You don't have to come to us. We'll come to you.
My cell phone's always on. If you need me, I'm here for you.
Every client, every time.
No exceptions, no excuses. That's what we're all about.
And that's why I love
being a home loan expert.
Of Eli. Rated R. Starts Friday.
You're watching NCAA basketball on CBS. Monday, Dave's All New with Jennifer Connelly.
That's not all. Listen to this.
Later this week, don't miss Denzel Washington, Glenn Close, and Kiefer Sutherland.
And now Clark Kellogg. Let's take a look at today's AT&T in-game analysis.
Folks, I will draw your attention to this number right here. 48% shooting for Tennessee. Remember the graphic we showed you earlier. Kansas has not allowed a team to shoot 50% in 88 straight games. 48 is not 50, but it's close enough if you're the Vols. And the reason they're doing it is because they're getting stuff at the rim. Scotty Hobson, nice crossover and strong to the rim. Bobby Mays the same. So they're able to get the ball inside off the dribble. Early on, Kansas was throwing it in and getting offensive putbacks. But in the last 5 minutes, Tennessee has out-rebounded Kansas 8-2 after being dominated 17-7 in the first 12. So the energy has picked up. The defensive pressure has picked up. Kansas has started to settle for quick perimeter shots. And as a result, now this building is buzzing. The Vols are gaining confidence, and the Jayhawks are in for a tough battle on the road.
You know, I've been around you long enough to also know that it helps if you don't turn it over.
Oh, yeah, and that's another number we saw there. Yep. Great point, Byron. You're exactly right. Only 2 turnovers for Tennessee thus far. That's a high efficiency game when you do that.
Aldridge
so far.
with the switch.
Oh, wow.
And that forces the turnover. Xavier Henry gets it.
Good defensive possession that time for KU.
Taylor back outside. Tyrell Reed had to scramble for it. Coming up on AT&T at the half, join James Brown and Seth Davis for all the scores and highlights. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. JB's adept at switching roles, you know.
Oh, yeah. He's got that kind of versatility.
Yeah, you bet.
Yep.
He knows his hoops.
See if Kansas can get the ball inside somehow, some way.
Henry.
That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do.
I thought so, too. Yeah, that'll do. Penetration.
Well, how about ranked teams losing to unranked teams yesterday?
Right here, this is the only team of those 3, of those 4, that won on the road.
Right.
So the upsets were teams that were at home against
higher-ranked opponents.
And you kind of liked the advantage that the home crowd might give.
Particularly at the collegiate level, Vernon, because of the emotion and how young these players are. Oftentimes there's a comfort level and an energy and intensity that comes at home that's hard for young players to take on the road. So when you have home games against higher-ranked opponents, I tend to think that leans in favor of the underdog.
How about the selection committee? Do they look at home and road?
No, not really. I think they value road wins more for that reason.
Yes.
I think there's added weight to when you go on the road and win. As a matter of fact, in my evaluation of teams, I tend to really heavily weigh who have you beaten away from your building.
Gotcha.
Not just neutral courts, but in real road environments like this.
And we'll see more of those kinds of games now. This, of course, here's Collins coast to coast. The loose ball, Henry tried to get it. It's Mays who does for Tennessee. They're up by 3. Kick it back outside. McBee for 3. Nope. Aldridge, another rebound. He's getting close to double figures. He just reached double figures.
Well, he's a double-double guy. He's not really had opportunities to shoot the ball here so far in this first half.
Now Tyshawn Taylor missing from the corner. Watched him in practice yesterday, and Bruce Pearl said, give him that shot.
Yeah. You can't take away everything.
Right.
In Bruce Pearl's mind, he hasn't proven himself as a consistent perimeter shooter, so he'd much rather have his defender slough off and try to protect the paint as opposed to going out there to try to challenge Tyshawn Taylor. And Chisholm, a little bit of a roll of the dice, but that young man there, Kenny Hall, has done a tremendous job. Really has worked hard defensively, moving his feet, being active, challenging Cole Aldridge. Very impressive stint for Kenny Hall.
So Chisholm back on the floor with 1:47 to go. He plays with 2 fouls.
Well, you would expect a senior who's been basically a 4-year starter to be able to handle himself effectively for 2 minutes with the 2 fouls.
Puts it in the hands of Bobby Mays. Collins out to defend him. High screen set by Chisholm. Mays finds Chisholm deep. There you go.
Beautiful execution. They got the switch, had a small guy on the big guy, and Tennessee got it right into him in perfect position. That's well done.
Aldridge still calling for it. In the corner, Taylor. Chisholm flies at him. That's a nice move by Tyshawn.
It really was, but not going according to the game plan. You just talked about it, partner. You're not supposed to fly and go by Tyshawn Taylor defensively. You're supposed to just bait him into shooting that shot. And it cost Tennessee there.
Off the mark. Aldridge. Collins. Tyrell Reed, number 14.
Oh, Chisholm, you can't afford to do that. Wow. That's just not, that is just not thinking the way you should be thinking in his situation.
Wow. Well, we gave him credit for being able to handle this. And he couldn't.
No, he sure didn't. Boy, that's a tough call. And that's an excellent play by Sherron Collins. He saw that daylight, and he exploded through it like he was back on that football field. You know, we talked to him this morning, and you know, he was a 3-sport star in high school, as Chisholm has to sit now with that 3rd foul, and that carries over to affecting how he can be aggressive in the second half. But talking to Sherron Collins this morning, he was an outstanding baseball player in high school, as well as a football player, and saying of the 3 sports, he loves basketball, but he misses baseball the most. He was a shortstop and really misses baseball. Wish he could play both, but at this level, it's really hard to do it.
Out of Crane High School in Chicago. Alma mater as well of Will Bynum, and Sherron telling us this morning, people compare the 2 of them quite often. Loose ball, up and under. Kenny Hall continues to impress. Crossover behind the back, Reed for 3. That's what he does best.
How about Sherron Collins, though? How about this fella? Giving his team a major surge going into the locker room at halftime.
Well, Bruce Pearl out to congratulate his team. They did what they needed. They stayed matched with Kansas, but wow, they will rue that third foul on Chisholm. That's the end of the half. We're tied 33 all. Now let's go to James Brown in our New York studio for AT&T at the 21,000 plus on hand at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, and for the most part, I think they're quite pleased with the effort of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Well, I tell you what, Vern, it was an energetic and spirited half. I think both ways, but particularly for the home team. A little undermanned, but nonetheless getting it done. For Kansas, it was Sherron Collins, particularly in the last minute and a half of that first half. Those highlights, this is one of them right here. He draws the third foul on Chisholm, three-point play, and then the penetration. Watch him attack that seam and then find an open Tyrell Reed that eclipsed a 5-point lead that Tennessee had at that time.
Hey, Clark, take a look at the Bud Light first half stats.
Well, I love the fact that Tennessee has done this. That is very good. 48% field goal shooting against a good Kansas team. And then also the low turnover numbers. Only a few 4 turnovers for Tennessee. Points in the paint, they're even there. And that's something you thought Kansas would have a huge advantage with. So Tennessee executing its game plan quite well, but now they have to do it for 20 more minutes.
Yes. And Kenny Hall is on the floor. Chisholm on the bench with 3 fouls. A couple of interesting conversations I overheard at halftime. First of all, why is Chisholm on the floor in the first place? And then secondly, why could he not avoid the third foul?
I would lean towards the latter of those two because he's a senior. He's been a 4-year starter, basically. Bruce Pearl rolled the dice there, but it was a calculated and reasonable risk. He should be able to play without picking up a third foul, especially, Vern, the way he picked it up. 6'9", you don't try to take a charge when you have 2 fouls and there's 60 seconds left in the first half. You get completely out of the way.
Go sit with the trombones.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think that, and he made a basket during that stretch. They executed a good play, and he made a score.
Here's the outlet pass, and the layup.
So I have no problem with him being on the floor. It was a risk.
Right.
It was a risk. But you trust your seniors to be able to make better judgments in that situation.
Well, Tennessee gets the first bucket of the second half. And they're up by 2.
Another deflection by Prince. And it's Sherron Collins having words for Tyshawn Taylor. You know, there you see Bill Self. He talked about needing Tyshawn Taylor to hopefully take a little bit of the ball handling pressure off of Sherron Collins here today. That hasn't really happened yet. But in this second half, if Kansas is going to be able to find a way to a win, a careless pass that time, another deflection on the out of bounds.
Yes, it was. Another turnover, just went in and out for Hobson. But how about their ability to defend the inbound pass?
It's uncanny.
Yeah.
A lot of it, though, you have to credit with Bruce Pearl in terms of emphasizing. Usually, as a coach, you get what you emphasize. So that is an emphasized piece to the puzzle. It's almost like scoring on out-of-bounds plays. Some coaches really hammer that to where you not only are going to get the ball in, we're putting it in the basket when we get it in on inbounds passes. Well, Bruce Pearl at the defensive end says we're making this a scoring winning play for us defensively by getting a deflection. And he's got guys that are long and active, and I mentioned it in the first half, tracing the ball, having a knack for tracing that ball so they can get those deflections. They're excellent at it.
Well, they've got 2 turnovers in this half. Now they need to work on the free throw shooting.
Yeah, they left some cheese on the line in that first half, too. Just 5 of 9 from the stripe, and I think one of those may have been the front end of a 1-and-1.
It was. Aldridge backing in, jump hook. That's his second basket of the game.
And that's what Bill Self wants to see.
Yes.
When I talked to him this morning, he said Cole Aldridge has to become hungrier to score the ball when we throw it to him in the paint. And that time, number 45 was salivating.
I'm smiling because Bill Self, they went back on the court for the practice, and Aldridge passed up a chance to go hard to the basket and kicked it out. Self looked over at you and said, see what I'm talking about?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Loose ball. Collins. 3-on-2. Alley-oop. Hello.
That may get Tyshawn Taylor going. That may get the young fella rolling. Beautiful pass by Sherron Collins.
Kansas by 1. Taylor now at his average per game, 7 points. Out defensively on top. In the line, Prince, yes. Little scoop shot. Tennessee by 1. Morningstar. Prince at the other end. Well, okay. Go ahead, bat it away.
Yeah, that's Cole Aldridge.
Man, oh man.
Boy, Brent saw him coming, but the fact that he had to avoid the initial defender gave Aldridge all the time he needed to size that one up and put it in reverse.
So Chisholm comes back on the floor in the dead ball, and Kenny Hall is on the bench. Chisholm with 3 fouls. Beautiful. Hobson. Morris gets the hard pass from Taylor. And Kansas soft jumper from 15.
I love the poise there, Vern. He realized what he had. His defender backed off of it. He's an excellent 15-foot jump shooter. Look and see what you have. That's a high-quality shot, even though it's early in the offense, and he splashed it.
Here's Chisholm. Out on the perimeter. Bobby Mays guarded by Collins. There's a switch. And a jump stop. Foul before the shot.
Nice job by Bobby Mays. You called it, partner. The switch. A big guy on a guard. Mays attacked him and drew the foul.
Second foul on Kansas in the half. They get Taylor?
I think so.
They did. That's his second. Woolridge will inbound. Oh, beautiful. Oh, and he missed the layup. And then the second is rejected, but he will shoot a free throw. Wow. Point blank range.
Overshot at Cole Aldridge. Just wasn't aware of where the basketball was. Matter of fact, for Kansas, they probably would have rather the basket go in than Aldridge pick up that foul. Although I think that may be only just second.
Second it is.
Yeah, it's only
Chisholm,
second.
82% free throw shooter for the year.
Well, they're glad he didn't make the layup. Because they gain at least 1 point on the exchange here now.
Now Aldridge is going to sit for a moment.
Well, listening to Seth in the studio, Seth Davis, he talked about the fact that Kansas does have a little more quality depth. Oh, he missed both of them.
82%.
Yeah, would that be a factor here in the second half? And you see Bill Self able to go to his bench with one of the Morris twins to replace Aldridge.
Skip pass, Morningstar out of control for Rebel.
Well, that was shaky on a number of occasions.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. That was a disjointed effort from the start for Kansas.
10 turnovers for Kansas. And among the highlights for Tennessee in this game, only 4 turnovers so far. But here's an anomaly. They're shooting better from the field than they are from the free throw line. Missed that one, air ball. But they're only 6 of 13 at the line so far. .47 to go. Now let's see what's going on in college basketball world this week. Georgetown defeated UConn, trailed by 19.
Well, that guy right there went to work. Austin Freeman, 33, 28 in that second half. Then you see Georgia Tech with a win over Duke at home. Gani Lawal doing a nice job inside, and Bo Ryan and the Wisconsin Badgers continue to be hard to deal with in Madison.
Yeah, Colt Center. I believe, I'm just off the top of my head, I think they've only lost 10.
It's a handful.
With
it's not,
Bo Ryan.
Oh, it's not very many.
Nope.
Young fellow Jordan Taylor, the sophomore guard, stepped up and had a career high in that game. 22 points for Taylor, who's an outstanding prospect.
Xavier Henry has the ball in his hands. Collins. Here's Taylor. Skylar McBee guards him. Collins from way outside. Loose ball. No numbers here, but what the heck. Take it all the way, and Bobby Mays puts it in off the glass.
This is what an offensive player loves to see. Open court with defenders backpedaling, because you're in control as long as you can handle the ball and finish both ways. Excellent job by Bobby Mays to amp up the afterburners and get right between those defenders to the rim.
And in the process, Tyshawn Taylor picks up number 3 and gets a seat on the bench. Now Morningstar is going to go out as well. So the Morris twins are both on the floor now. Marcus wearing number 22, Markeith wearing number 21.
Without Tyshawn Taylor, Kansas really doesn't have another high-level playmaker outside of Sharon Collins, but Tyrell Reed going to have to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, he's much more known for his shooting ability than his playmaking ability. Here's Collins, and here's what Reed does best. This time, no sir. Here comes Tennessee, forcing the pace. Mays again brings it back outside. Chisholm for 3. Who's got 3 fouls? I've got a 3-pointer.
First of all, I think being a meteorologist in general, you have to be somewhat of a nerd. And I care about the weather. I love dealing new technology. And I like being able to use both of those things to put together a good forecast for the viewer.
For Channel 4's newest meteorologist, serving the community is the greatest reward.
I think the most rewarding thing would be when people, you come up to you on the street, they say like, oh, I followed your forecast completely and you were right on. And it's like, that's nice. It's nice to hear that stuff.
Watch meteorologist Derek Kevra on Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death.
It takes the lives of more than 500,000 women each year. So the American Heart Association is helping people make smart decisions about their health.
Under a banner of red, Louisiana women are now joining together
with the goal of improving their heart health to live longer lives. Don't miss a special Go Red for Women luncheon. For more information, call today.
In the spirit of community, from People's Health and Channel 4. For trusted news online, visit WWLTV.com.
Folks, if you are a big man that can shoot the 3, this is trail mix at its best. Ball gonna go here, trailing Chisholm right here, 3-pointer, splash. Take that defense away, nobody gets to the trailing Chisholm. Line it up and splash that puppy.
Tennessee is 5 of 11 on 3-pointers, and Chisholm has 2 of them. From the corner, Collins. There's an answer.
That's what we call putting the mute button on the crowd, on the home crowd. And Sharon loves to do that.
That crowd, by the way, here's McBee, Skylar McBee. Turned down several mid-major scholarship offers to walk on here in hopes of getting a scholarship. McBee was also a high school quarterback. Rutledge, Tennessee. Outside now, Bobby Mays. 14:09 to go. Mays. Whoa! That's his 4th 3 of the ball game. And it was his back-to-back threes midway through the first half that fueled and energized this crowd.
No question about it.
Uh-oh, this could be Chisholm's fourth. This is Chisholm's fourth.
Early on, Chisholm did a nice job there defensively. Good activity by Prince. And the uncanny ability to create turnovers off inbound passes. But you made a good point there. The fourth, there you see turnover margin, third in the NCAA, second in the ACC. I'm sorry, in the SEC for Tennessee. But this man now has to sit. +7 at 13:44 are the critical numbers as Chisholm sits down.
Now, I don't want to overcharacterize the foul, but it was a little bit of a cheapie again. And here is Collins taken down, and the foul is going to be called on Prince, I believe. Yes, and that's his fourth foul. So this is Bruce Pearl's worst nightmare.
Yep.
6 scholarship players, 3 walk-ons, 4 players suspended, and he's got 2 of his best players on the bench with 4 fouls apiece.
Well, we talked about it at the top, not having those 4 players available. It's defense, experience, point production, and depth that you lose.
Reed.
Well, he's been short on the ball, Vern.
Outlet pass, Woolridge. Reed, is that deliberate? It is not so ruled.
Boy, good look ahead. And that's just a hard play on the ball coming from behind by Reed. 2 free throws for Woolridge.
He's only shot 7 times this year, 6 of 7, and they need these 2. Yep, 7 of 8. Boy, he's had a solid offensive game.
He really has,
yep.
Yeah. Nice looking young player. Actually got quite a few minutes last year. Started early on, then just had his minutes and time dwindle as the season went on. Was stuck behind Tyler Smith this year until the indiscretion of Smith, and now him being gone. That opens up opportunity for Woolridge. But Sherron Collins, this guy is one of the outstanding winners in college basketball in the last decade and a half. And you consider being part of the national championship team, an integral part of the national championship team, multiple Big 12 titles and regular season titles and tournament titles. And you love his competitive spirit, Vern. The harder it gets, the more he likes it.
Right. Pearl got the timeout call.
I don't know. Wow. That looked like a held ball to me.
Yeah, I know. Who knows? 12:40 to go in the ball game. Sellout crowd of 21,934 on hand at Thompson Bowling Arena as Tennessee, short man with 4 suspended players, taking it to Kansas so far. Kentucky, Texas, and Kansas, the only 3 remaining teams. The Jayhawks jumped out to an 8-point first half lead. Kansas led by 14-6, and then Tennessee fought back. Here's Paul. And though Tennessee is up by 6 right now, they've got 2 players on the bench with 4 fouls. Shorthanded. Chisholm and Prince, both sitting with 4.
First time we've seen a zone defense from Kansas that I can recall. Looking to stem the tide and perhaps try to get to those perimeter shooters. Tennessee has hurt the Jayhawks today from behind the 3-point line.
Bone, shot clock at 6. Woolridge has hit 4 threes. That one contested at the other end. Whoa, dangerous. And too far by Sherron Collins.
Yeah, I think it was a catchable ball, though, Vern.
Do you?
I really do. Morris got 2 hands on it, and I think he just lost. He didn't look it into his hands completely. A tough catch, but one that a player at this level should be able to handle when he gets 2 hands on it.
Second half turnovers now. Kansas with 5. And the Volunteers have not turned it over. They've only had 4 turnovers in the game.
Yeah. And when you're trying to pull an upset, when you're overmatched and undermanned, you got to shoot a good percentage. You need to make threes, and you have to take care of the basketball. And they've done those 2 things pretty well today.
Josh Bone for 3. That's his first made three-pointer of the season. Aldridge at the other end. Bone, one of the 3 walk-ons we mentioned, getting extensive playing time. And Tennessee, they're better from three-point range than they are from the free throw line.
Well, you get more for the 3 than you do for the freeze.
You know what? I was a sociology major, and I can figure that out.
Here's another one. Just really short. That was Bone.
11:01 to go. CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste and 0 calories. Prudential, growing and protecting your wealth. Let Prudential be your rock for retirement. And by Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Earlier today, Baltimore went into New England and thumped them 33-14. So our lineup is set. Next Saturday, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I beg your pardon. Baltimore Ravens at Indianapolis, and then on Sunday the Jets travel across the continent to take on the San Diego Chargers. Both games on CBS Sports.
I tell you what, the Jets playing with an awful lot of swagger, it appears to me, as just a casual fan. I think they're going to be tough. I mean, San Diego obviously finished the season strong. That's going to be a good one. We got a pretty good one right here.
Yeah, we do. 53-46. Here's Xavier Henry, number 1. Aldridge back on the floor. Entry pass, elbow, offense. They got Markieff Morris. That's his 3rd.
Pretty good job of selling that call by Stephen Pearl. In that situation, Morris has a size advantage. He's got good position. Don't worry about being physical with it. Just catch the ball and finish.
At the other end, here's Josh Bone. Back outside. Bobby Mays, Hobson, Stephen Pearl, and Kenny Hall. So 2 of the 5 on the floor are walk-ons. He's not.
Young fella.
Wow. Largest lead of the game for Tennessee. Henry, Tyrell Reed, back to Collins. All the way. And a foul. Boy, did he lay that up softly and nicely.
That's tremendous strength and concentration. So is this. Baseline drive. Scotty Hobson bouncing to the finish. And then we come back the other way. You knew it was going to be in his hands. And Kenny Hall did a nice job trying to get there, but the emphasis on that area under the basket, you're not going to be able, as a weak side defender, to come and be that close to the goal and take a charge. So a good call there, good aggressive drive by Sherron Collins.
And a chance for a three-point play now. He's 3 of 4 at the line in this ball game as we near the midway point of the second half.
And we just saw Tyshawn Taylor return. Is he saddled with 4 fouls? Yes, he is playing with 4. A little full court pressure here. Kansas trying to do something to disrupt this rhythm of Tennessee. The zone defense in the half court. Little full court pressure there, make them use some shot clock. Well, I tell you, Bobby Mays has had a really solid game running the team for Tennessee today. Hasn't been spectacular, but he hasn't made mistakes, and he's capitalized on the few chances that he's had to get that ball in the lane.
Shot clock at 7. The zone working well. Here's Mays. Has to pull up jumper over Aldridge. Short. But a foul. No.
One called shot clock violation. That ball never hit the rim, so, and Bruce Pearl claiming there were 2 fouls committed.
Tomorrow on CBS, TV's #1 comedy lineup, all new, beginning with the special 100th episode of How I Met Your Mother, followed by Accidentally on Purpose, 2.5 Men, and Big Bang Theory, plus a new CSI Miami, and David Letterman. That's all tomorrow on CBS. Collins guarded by Mays. Screen set by Aldridge. Collins, little pull-up jumper, no. Pearl. And he's fouled by Collins.
And that will be the 7th team foul, I think, on Kansas. So Tennessee will have a chance to add points from the free throw line. That's a good look. Bill Self's team loves to run that side ball screen for Collins because he's so good at pulling up off the dribble for the three or getting into the lane for the floater.
Stephen Pearl's second trip to the lane. Boy, they've been woeful as a team at the free throw line today. Like that.
No chance.
Yep. So he's 0 for 2, and as a team, 8 of 17. 8 of 17. Taylor. All the way. Short. Aldridge, another rebound. A jumper, and he's going to go to the line.
Boy, the Vols have really taken advantage of their opportunity. Scotty Hobson has been very efficient. So too has Bobby Mays. The three-point shooting has been timely from a number of guys. A good shooting game and a low turnover game has Tennessee on the lead right now.
Woolridge back on the floor. Aldridge misses the first. Well, Wayne Chisholm and J.P. Prince went to the bench, 4 fouls each, about the 13:40 mark, within 10 seconds of each other. At that point, Tennessee was up by 7. They're now up by 5, so they've only dropped 2 points off the lead.
Excellent point. They've continued to maintain that cushion.
Mays again. Hobson. Henry. Pass to Taylor. And Tyshawn Taylor's going to go to the bench, the free throw line. Bobby Mays with the foul. That's number 2. Taylor at the line. Neither of these teams particularly outstanding at free throws, both at
69% on the season. Yeah, that's a little bit below good.
Yeah,
actually below average, really. Subpar might be a better way to describe it.
I like below good.
Oh, you like below good?
Below good, yeah.
Oh, okay,
that works. Bill Self, chatting with him this morning. You said, who's the best team you've seen? Texas.
Yeah, he thought the Longhorns were
Big 12.
Just like their size and their experience. Got an outstanding freshman there, too. Avery Bradley had a terrific game in that win
29,
yesterday against Colorado. Damian James has been an absolute beast on the glass and putting points on the board.
Kansas and Texas will play only once this year.
That's right.
That's in Austin in mid-February. Hobson. Nice. Oh, beauty.
He's slippery, isn't he?
Oh.
Eel-like.
And a turnover. Turnovers in the game. 7 in this half. And only 5 in the game for the Volunteers. Hall, fadeaway. That didn't look good.
Wasn't really set. Wasn't on balance there, Brian.
Xavier Henry. Marcus Morris, Taylor Collins. And there's twin to twin. And a miss. Put back. There's a foul called on Kenny Hall. That's his third. Time call. 7:56 remaining.
Look, I don't want to work forever.
Then we need to figure this out now. Our nest egg took a real hit.
What's that website your friend mentioned?
RetirementRedZone.com?
That's it, from Prudential.
Yeah, she talked to her financial advisor about what she learned there. Said it really helped her get back on track.
Oh, I like that.
Help get your plan back on track. Watch our educational video at RetirementRedZone.com, the site for the critical years before and after retirement.
Maybe I can retire after all.
Now you're talking.
Click RetirementRedZone.com, then talk to your financial professional.
T-Mobile asked America, what do you want from a wireless plan?
I want an unlimited plan that costs less than $50. How about that?
T-Mobile introduces unlimited nationwide plans for half the price of AT&T and Verizon, starting at $49.99.
I lost 54 pounds by reducing my daily calories and replacing my usual fast food with Taco Bell's drive-thru diet. Now, these results aren't typical, but for me, they're fantastic.
Want to get started? Download a coupon for a free Fresco taco at drivethruddiet.com.
Like our biggest damaged. They American Express charge repaired, replaced, or your account can be credited.
It is simply the most advanced automobile we have ever created. A car that can help awaken its driver if he begins to doze. Keep him in his lane if he starts to wander. Even stop itself if he becomes distracted. If you want to see the future of the automobile, just look at where the new E-Class is today. This is the 9th generation E-Class. This is Mercedes-Benz.
Undermanned Tennessee leads by 6. And where they got it? Well, there you go.
Right there and right here, Vern. Those are the two key stats, the three-point shooting and the turnovers for Kansas versus only 1 turnover this half for Tennessee. And I think Tennessee had 4 in the first half, so 5 for the game.
Right. Now Marcus Morris at the free throw line.
Both teams, partner, are over the limit, and we just talked about how each team is at 69% free throw shooting for the season. Very well could come down to which team can do the better job at knocking down free throws the rest of the way.
Well, Marcus Morris cans that one and will shoot one more. So Kansas as a team now 9 of 13 at the free throw line.
And I think it's imperative for Kansas to really force the ball inside.
1 of 2. Rebound Tennessee.
To play inside out the rest of the way, Vern. If you get an open shot after you've thrown the ball inside on the perimeter, that's fine. But I don't think Kansas should be settling for perimeter shots without throwing that ball inside. And they continue to stay in the zone defense. Again, this is a way to try to get out to the shooters of Tennessee and also make the Vols use some shot clock.
McBee. Yes! 8-point lead, Tennessee. They are 8 of 17. That's the exact amount they are from the free throw line. 8 of 17 for the one-pointers, 8 of 17 for the three-pointers. And a foul. Tonight on 60 Minutes, it's one of Homeland Security's biggest projects. Billions of dollars to protect our borders. So why isn't it working? 60 Minutes tonight, only on CBS. Both teams with 8 team fouls. Sherron Collins at the line. He's now 5 of 6. We mentioned in the first half, 84% free throw shooter for the season.
And he's a gamer too, Vern. I've watched him throughout his career. He's hit a lot of big shots in a number of different situations, and he may very well have to do that here today, but he's more than capable, and he's always ready and willing. Matter of fact, he wants that ball in his hands pretty much the rest of the way here.
I would think so,
Yep.
yeah. Bill Self making the point that he's fine with distributing the ball in the first 30 minutes of the game.
Right. Man-to-man defense here for Kansas.
Yeah. Hobson. We got him. Xavier Henry, I think. Let's see it. Yep.
You're right.
Yep. That's his third. So this is also becoming a game of attrition.
Yeah, it is. Nice aggressive drive that time by Scotty Hobson, recognizing the changing defense, and after a little ball movement, put it on the floor and got himself to the foul line.
9th team foul. And he's 2 of 3 for the game. 9th team foul, so next time Tennessee shoots double.
We probably better anchor ourselves in here, partner.
Oh, goodness. Yes, indeed.
I'd rather not be anywhere else at this point. This has been good action. Really good action here. Let's see if Kansas can find a way to close the gap. If it's going to happen, I think they've got to be able to get some touches to Cole Aldridge inside.
Exactly.
But watch Kenny Hall use his feet and try to break contact and get in front.
Here's for 3. Taylor! Huge basket. Huge. 5-point margin. 6:18 to go. Mays guarded by Collins.
Tyshawn Taylor on Hobson.
There's the penetration, the scoop shot off the glass and good. Bobby Mays. Collins forces the issue. Pull-up jumper. 3. What did you say? He wants the ball? Is that? Wow.
Tell you what, boy, he's something. A little power pack.
Yep.
Packs an awful lot of game.
23 points thus far for Sherron Collins. Balls by 5.
We speak car. We speak RPMs so you can zip by other cars. But we also speak MPGs so you can fly by gas stations. In fact, we speak MPG so fluently, we can say the Ford Fusion is the most fuel-efficient midsize sedan in America. Yes, we speak car, and apparently quite well. Fusion is now Motor Trend's 2010 Car of the Year. Get in and drive one.
Introducing the new great-tasting EAS Myoplex Nutrition Shake with 25 grams of protein, reformulated to help more athletes refuel, build lean muscle, and give their more.
Help Coke Zero create the ultimate fan experience, and you could win 10 grand. Download the project brief at CokeZero.com/NCAA. As they would say in the NFL, upon further review. That was a 2-pointer for Sherron Collins. Foot just inside the line. So it's 64-59. He's got 22 points instead of 23.
There you see the stat we talked about earlier. 88 straight opponents to field goal percentage under 50. It's the longest streak in Tennessee, right at 48.
Yep.
So far, but they're going to have to finish strong if they're going to win this game against Kansas.
By the way, this is the first time ever that Tennessee has hosted the #1 ranked team in this arena.
Yeah,
Thompson Bowl. Last time they hosted a team here 43 years ago. They beat Kentucky as a #1 team in 1966. That was at the old Stokely Event Center. Chisholm back on the floor, and he turns it over.
Yep, just lost it. Good job by Aldridge to wall him up.
Kenny Hall quickly as Bruce Pearl gives Chisholm the hook.
I think that's offense defense.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Offense defense. I don't know if he'll continue to do it that way, but that's what it appeared to be there.
Xavier Henry, Collins puts it on the floor, drives, tries to use the glass. Off the mark, Scotty Hobson with a rebound for the Volunteers. 5:14 to go. And the #1 team, undefeated Kansas in the country, trailing by 5.
Tennessee now, so they'll keep that lane open and look to drive it and maybe kick it out for the three.
There's a switch again. Here's the jumper from Thompson. And Xavier Henry is uncontested for the rebound. 4:40 to go. Here's Henry. What a move. What a move. The switch to the left. Of course, he is a left-hander. And there it goes.
What a display of poise and strength here. That's an excellent stop and go. Got by Woolridge and then went through him. He got by him and then absorbed that contact and still concentrated to finish. Very impressive right there.
And I think you're right. Chisholm and Prince are getting ready to come back. And there's the three-point play. Xavier Henry, who leads this team in scoring per game with 16, now in double figures with 10. And Hall and McBee are out. Chisholm and J.P. Prince are back on the floor for Tennessee.
Well, J.P. Prince is a guy who slashes and drives it to the basket.
There's Henry defensively. There's Aldridge with a block. Here's Tyshawn Taylor. Hops and back. Underneath the basket a little too far, but a foul is called. Well, Kansas and Texas. Texas with a big win yesterday to remain undefeated. Kentucky had a heck of a struggle against Georgia at home. Villanova was up by 20 at one point, hung on to win. Syracuse won this afternoon. And here's Taylor at the line. 1-1, he's got one more. And this for the tie. We are tied as we were at halftime. And this is a 10-2 Kansas run.
Well, they've done it with the defense run. And then the play of Collins and Tyshawn Taylor both have picked it up. Well, Collins has been outstanding all game. Taylor's had a nice little power surge here of late.
Prince. Chisholm. Aldridge out to contest that potential three. Here's the pick set by Chisholm, the switch. Aldridge. Lays over Aldridge.
That's exactly what he's supposed to do. Aldridge has to back off to respect his speed and may step right into that jump shot confidently.
That was for two. Prince. Here's Hobson. How about Sherron Collins? But it will not drop. Out of bounds, Kansas. Timeout.
Stop, drop, and roll. We got soul shake, popped off, and we locked and load. So this is how we get this done. You can check on the rep. Yep, second and none. Check on the rep. Second and none. Yeah. This is how we get.
The junior breakfast burrito, huh? For just $1?
Oh, man, small tots for $1.
Yeah, the everyday value menu's great.
So great.
I think it's the best thing around. Ooh, that's a penny.
Why is that a penny?
For my thoughts. A penny for my thoughts.
Oh, I'm not giving you money to
I think you're going to. I'm almost to a junior candy sundae. Woohoo! I think that'll be delicious.
The everyday value menu at Sonic. It's never too early to get a good value, so drive in for small tots or grab a tasty junior breakfast burrito. Sonic's everyday value menu. Served all day, every day, starting at just $1 each.
Bravo, Charlie, this is Echo Delta. Open fire.
Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Call off the tanks.
What makes a Hershey's bar with almonds pure? Pure happiness. Pure delight. Pure delicious chocolate with almonds. Pure Hershey's.
You get a lot of different stuff from her, and it's all right here. Everything sent to you, organized by the person who sent it. The Droid Ares. The droid that's as connected as you. Exclusively at Verizon Wireless.
Bye, Bags! We love you! We love you!
I'm going to miss them so much.
Oh, I love those bags.
I love Bags.
Bags are my life. Bags are my life. Bags are my life. Bags are my life.
It's right here, doesn't it?
That's right.
It's one of Homeland Security's biggest projects, billions of dollars to protect our borders. So why isn't it working? 60 Minutes, tonight.
Now let's keep it current. Tennessee by 4 with 3:15 to go. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining and essentially both in the double bonus. How about Tennessee's fast break today?
One of the big stories in the game, forcing turnovers and then converting those turnovers into points. Bruce Pearl talked about it yesterday. Clark, we have to get easy scores. We have to be able to go against an open floor without any set defense. And because they've defended and got deflections and steals, they've won the fast break points game. And they've also capitalized on good three-point shooting. And the defense has been good enough to stake them to a 4-point lead. There you see a huge number, 10-0 points off turnovers for Tennessee.
Woolridge will inbound. And they get it into the hands of Chisholm. Here's Bobby Mays. He's had a really effective day.
Boy, has he ever, Vern. Has not really forced one situation, and when he's had chances to score, he's converted.
Back into his hands, under 3 to go. At a 4-point Tennessee lead, trying to hand Kansas its first defeat of the year. Here's Chisholm, a little stutter step. Nope. Aldridge with another rebound. Xavier Henry, 16 rebounds for Aldridge. That equals his season high. No call. Outside, Taylor forces his way, tries to dish it underhand. Ball on the floor. Tennessee. Bobby Mays, 2 on 2. All the way and a foul. No basket.
Another deflection and another turnover. And here's Mays coming right at you. Anticipated that he would get hit. A good foul there by Collins. You don't want to give a guy an easy layup this late in the game.
Mays, an outstanding free throw shooter at 87% for the season. Perfect today. He's now 4 for 4. Brady Morningstar is on, so is Tyrell Reed. Morris and Taylor will head to the Kansas bench. And Mays will shoot one more. .220 to go. A steal. Prince, followed by Collins. And a foul is called on Collins. That's his third.
What a play by J.P. Prince. He has been unbelievable today with his ability to get deflections and steals. He hasn't produced a lot of points, but boy, has he had his impact on this game with what he's done defensively.
Kansas calls timeout. 1 left.
There for you and life's daily miracles.
Who's the best this guy is?
There for you and your guilty pleasures.
Jayhawks have 1 timeout left. Both teams are in the double bonus. And as you can see, that possession arrow pointing Volunteer way. Well, how about this resiliency by this Tennessee team? Kansas, a 10-2 run to tie it up at 64 all. They were down by 8. And now here comes Tennessee. And one of the 3 remaining undefeated teams in trouble.
In danger right now, and what a job by this Tennessee team. And Bill Self knew he was going to see a galvanized team and an energized building. As a matter of fact, I asked him this morning, I said, you probably would rather they had their full complement of players, because in the short term, Vern, when you get undermanned and you have adversity, it really can rise up a team to a high level of emotion and intensity and execution, and we've seen that on display here. The defensive effort by this guy and his team has been outstanding. But Prince, not a very good free throw shooter, as a matter of fact.
60%.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it was. I was thinking south of 50. Two big misses there.
Yes.
Still a 2-possession game instead of being a 3-possession game.
The free throw woes may come back to haunt Tennessee. Collins on the floor, guarded by Mays, kicking the corner. Reed for 3. No. Woolridge with a rebound.
That's a good shot for a really good shooter. He's just not had a good day today stroking the ball, but Tyrell Reed was on balance. Collins got it to him perfectly, and he just didn't knock it down.
And J.P. Prince goes back to the line. As a team, Tennessee, 12 of 23. Prince for the day, 50%, 3 of 6. Margin is 7.
Kansas can't stand around and watch Sherron Collins. Tough shot. Really tough shot.
Air ball.
Yeah, it's a tough shot by Sherron. In that situation, Vern, you want to try to throw it inside or drive it to the basket. I mean, Tennessee is over the limit in fouls, too. You take a shot like that, you bail them out. You don't put any pressure on them.
Quite a story unfolding here. Aldridge goes to the bench. Here comes Bobby Mays. Volunteers by 7 with 1:34 to go. Whoa, behind the back. Here's Morningstar. Rejected. Morningstar goes down. Prince.
I think it's Dairy Queen. I think he's DQ. Excellent effort by Prince and Mays, but you see he got him with the body. Yeah, no question about it. Great play up top on the ball, but he got him with the body, and that'll be his 5th foul.
Well, he has been marvelous defensively today.
Boy, has he ever. Boy, he's been like an octopus out there. Arms everywhere.
Yes.
But this gives Kansas now an opportunity to cash in, get into some full court pressure, and the missed free throws, you mentioned it a little while ago. Tennessee really should be up more than what they are had it not been for the missed free throws. So now that looms large. There you see the numbers both ways. Tennessee enjoying a nice advantage in volume, but -1 in makes.
Morningstar at the line, first time this afternoon.
And he's only played 5 games. This is his 6th game.
Suspended for the first 9 because of a DUI charge back in February. Well,
short arm that one.
That's only the 2nd free throw he's attempted all season. He's got one more. Bobby Mays urging the crowd on. Woolridge as well. And Scotty Hobson looks at Mays and says, cut it out. Cut it out. Concentrate on the game. Morningstar gets the roll.
Well, he can concentrate on the game. There's a break in the action there.
Yeah, okay. There's a trap in the backcourt. Mays hit from behind, no call. Timeout, Tennessee. 1:18 to go. Something brewing here.
T-Mobile asked America, what do you want from a wireless plan?
I want an unlimited plan that doesn't cost me one of these and one of these. Arm or leg.
T-Mobile introduces unlimited nationwide plans for half the price of AT&T and Verizon, starting at $49.99.
Rogaine? I'm just a skeptic, so I don't necessarily believe that anything's gonna work. But I was like, hey, this actually works.
Only Rogaine foam is shown to regrow hair in 85% of guys.
I'll check it out, and I'm like, nice.
Rogaine foam. Stop losing, start gaining.
Both teams with a timeout remaining, and the possession arrow volunteers.
Those are the vital numbers you see right there. For Kansas now, they've got the pressure and try to force a turnover. You're right on the line as to whether or not you foul. The way Tennessee has shot free throws, maybe you give yourself 8, 10, 12 seconds to come up with a turnover, and then you foul. But in this situation, Brent, I would love to see a different rule in college basketball. There's only there's 8 seconds gone off the shot clock already.
Right.
Because the timeout was called, now Tennessee gets a new 10 seconds to get this ball over the timeline, when in reality, they should probably only be allowed 3.
There's a steal. Morningstar. Yes! With 1:10 to go. Another look, the steal, and Morningstar from the corner. Kansas has used its last timeout. So Tennessee now the only team with a timeout left. The possession arrow still favoring the Volunteers, but the margin is only 3.
Boy, Tennessee has been very shaky in going against this Kansas pressure. It becomes more difficult to get the inbounds pass in when a team really applies pressure and you're in a situation where you're on the baseline. Got to set solid screens. You want to get a ball handler coming to that ball. And then you've got to space the floor and be very strong with it. Be decisive with your passes. But the key is setting a good screen so that a ball handler can get that ball in the middle of the floor. You don't want it on either sideline, because now you bring that sideline into play as another defender.
Now Kansas staying in the huddle as long as possible. Bruce Pearl has sent his 5 back on the floor. And we've got Woolridge and Chisholm, Bobby Mays, Hobson, and McBee on the floor. And for Kansas, it's Aldridge, Xavier Henry, Sharon Collins.
Nothing but man-man pressure here,
yep.
Brian.
Well, let's see how they handle this.
Nobody on the inbounder, so that means they're going to try to double up on the receiver.
Aldridge goes for it. Chisholm has it. Well, not a bad job.
And a good play, because Aldridge is not comfortable trying to deny that pass, being a big guy.
1 minute to go.
And this is the right strategy for Kansas. They're just going to try to play solid defense and get a stop.
Morningstar slips, and then Hobson throws it away.
I think it may have been deflected, though.
It was.
Yeah, it was touched by a Kansas player. Fortunate there for Tennessee. 15 seconds on the shot clock. I think you spread the floor and get it to Mays. They've been effective with the pick and roll with Mays involving Cole Aldridge. I think you go back to that, because you might get a switch here, but they got to get busy. So here's the pick and roll. Now you got the switch.
Good. 3 on the shot clock. McBee didn't know. Now he knows. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Skylar McBee, rebound, Woolridge. I swore I'd never use this phrase again, but I'm gonna. Are you kidding me? Look, he didn't know.
You called it, partner. As it happened, happened, you called exactly what was going on. He had no idea until the last second.
He's a walk-on, at least for the rest of the afternoon. That was ugly.
There's a big free throw here now. Makes it a 3-possession game. It seems like we've been talking about that a little bit the last 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Tennessee unable to make it a 3-possession game because of its ineptitude at the line, but Ronaldo gets that one to go.
Xavier Henry, 4-3. No. Bobby Mays, fouled by Morningstar. .2 to go. Mays has been perfect at the line today. 5 of 5. What a story.
Unbelievable.
What a story. Undermanned.
Yep. Magnificent, magnificent effort by these kids from Tennessee.
Collins. Aldridge with the rebound. Collins for 3. McBee has it glance off his foot out of bounds, but only 3.8 left. For 3. Woolridge rebound. Game over. Number 1 goes down. Hobson with 17. Mays with 16. Woolridge with 14. For Clark Kellogg, I'm Vern Lundquist. Tennessee 76-68.